Welcome back. Here's the season for earnings. So let's continue on that note and check out Net4 India. Remember, the company listed in 2007, reported numbers. Sequentially, there's been a drop in profits. We'll pull up those graphics in just a bit. We've got the management with us, Jasjeet Sani, and even as we play out the numbers, sequentially, revenues have risen. Actually, it's pretty much stayed flat. Profits are down by about 9%. Jasjeet, first question, why are profits down and revenues more or less flat this quarter?
So we're down sequentially, essentially, but if you see in terms of year-on-year basis, the profits actually up 54%. And the reason why sequentially the profits are down is basically because we took a very aggressive advertising and branding campaign in this last quarter, which was over 1 crore. And really we need to turn to the EBITDA numbers. The EBITDA numbers are up 2%. Whilst the profits are down sequentially. We believe that this branding and advertising campaign is going to help us significantly in increasing our revenue in the coming period.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your EBITDA and EBITDA margins. What have they been like this quarter? Give us the net figure. And also, did you implement any wage hikes? Did that have an impact?
No, our period is from September onwards in terms of the wage hikes. So I mean, I guess that will come in at that stage. But in terms of the EBITDA margins, they're at about 22% for this quarter, and sequentially they were around the same margins this time last year.
Okay, but sequentially they've dropped just a bit, from 22.9
just
to about...
tad, but yeah, from this time last year actually they were 17.5 to 21.97.
Okay, right. Actually, we look more at the sequential numbers, okay. Given that you are in the IT domain. Take us through some of your fundraising efforts, because as you were telling me, since December you've been raising funds from private equity players. You've just gone in for a preferential allotment. There's been another PE fund that has come on board. Take us through the complexion of this particular investment that you've raised, and what you're planning to do with these funds.
Right. So our board has just approved the allotment of shares to QS India Hosting, which is part of an international private equity fund called Kulvest, and we're raising 8 crores from this time, which from December onwards would take total money raised to in the region of about 34 crores. We have a capital expenditure plan over the next 3 years of about 70 crores, which is primarily in our data center and network services business. And this is essentially for that capex. Obviously, there will be internal accruals and medium-term bank borrowing that's going to come in to augment the entire capex expenditure.
Okay, Jasjeet, we've got about 30 seconds. FY11 guidance as far as revenues and profits are concerned. Can you leave us with one?
We don't by and large give guidance, but what we've been telling investors and other stakeholders is that we'll continue to grow at the same level we've been growing for the last few years, and over a 5-year period our CAGR is at about 37%. So that should enough indication, I guess.
Okay, right. We'll take that on board. Many thanks, Jasjeet, for joining us. All the very best. Net4 India there. The price just about flat to marginally negative. Let's keep it going. We're always running against that ticking clock, and we've got Tata Communications. That's the next story.